In this video, I'm joined by Ayden, who is an Amazon FBA seller who's grown his business to over £10,000 in sales each month. So before coming to me for help, Ayden had been struggling to find enough high ROI deals to hit his profit targets. But after learning my secret sourcing techniques and getting one-to-one guidance directly from me, his business has been completely transformed. And today, he's going to be sharing his experience with Amazon FBA, as well as a few tips and tricks that he's picked up along his journey. So without further ado, let's get into it. So Ayden, thank you for joining me today. Tell me a little bit about kind of how you got into Amazon FBA in the first place, how much money did you start with, and how did you even find out about Amazon FBA as a whole?
It was a couple of years ago. I was doom scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, all the rest of it, and I actually came across someone that lives by me. He posted a video of him working a 9 to 5 and then him not working a 9 to 5. So like he had a Mustang, he kept going on holidays. It was like proper nice lifestyle. So the detective part of me started looking into that video and seeing like screenshotting it and zooming in on the software that the person was using, and then from there just googled what it was, did about a week's worth of looking into what it was, and then jumped in. I actually used my birthday money, so I was like, it wasn't a massive birthday, so it was about 200 quid just to start it. So from starting at 200 quid to where I am at the moment is quite an achievement, but it just sort of proves that you don't have to be super rich to start it. But you need something at least. So that was the one time that maybe doom scrolling wasn't the end of the world, but
every now and then it can probably lead you to something good, but most of the time probably a waste of time. But
yeah.
I mean, that's really good that you saw that and kind of took the initiative to actually do something about it and took the moment to be like, okay, well, this guy's doing well, I want to be doing well, so let me do something about it. Because I feel like so many people are doom scrolling and they see all these people with Lambos and nice cars, whatever they're doing, and then they're just like, oh, fuck this guy, and they're hating on him. And that's probably like the limit of it. They never kind of aspire to be better themselves. And yeah, it's just sad, really. But it's good that you're not one of those people, at least. So where are you at now with your Amazon business, results-wise? I mean, say again also how long ago it was that you actually started Amazon FBA?
Yeah, it was November 2023. So coming up on 2 years. Yeah. I've filed for a VAT reg with the accountant and all of that extra rubbish stuff that I have to go through, because I said to him straight, I've got no idea most of it how to do, so I'll hand off to you where I'm at the moment with sales. We'll go from there. Hit that sort of threshold, but I checked it this morning. I'm over 100k for the past 12 months. I mean, that's in sales, so in terms of profits and that, it's obviously going to be different from that. But even with even just the orange bars and then the circles and whatnot, it's still a lot of profit. So it's over the 20% mark, which is obviously, are you happy with? If I was to check, it's probably over the 30% mark, because I did a lot of OA, RA in those 12 months, and my margins were always better. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment, pushing over the 100k mark. And I think what sort of really clicked for me at the moment is, I think I'm sat at about 75k for this year, so I know that I'm going to finish on above 100k by the end of the year, which to me is mind-blowing. For me to have finished last year at 40k for the year to then finish over 100k is just it is massive achievement.
Yeah, the progress is really awesome to see. I mean, I saw just like a month or two ago that you hit your first 10k revenue in a month.
Yeah.
And to be kind of finishing the year on upwards, hopefully, of 100k revenue is really impressive. I mean, that's what, like 15-20% margin? So you're doing 15-20 grand profit in the year, roughly, I reckon?
Yeah, it's about that, yeah. But no, really I remember, the 10k thing is just like, I got it to 9,000, I think it was 9,900 something. And I looked at it and thought, come on, someone buy something. Someone buy something. Yeah. And it didn't happen, but it just spurred me on to then, obviously, the next month, I was like, it's most likely going to happen, but how far can I smash it through past that 10k? And I'm fairly certain that month I ended up on 11 or 12 and then this month I'm on 17. So yeah, it's quite a bit of a difference. I mean, granted, this month I have been stock clearing some old stock that won't be profitable when I do get the VAT reg, when everything goes VAT reg. But at the same time, it is still profitable now in the position that I'm in. So my ROI is still above 20%. So I'm still happy about where I'm at. So
yeah, you're absolutely smashing it, mate. So in terms of the mentorship program, of course, where I think you joined up about 4 or 5 months ago, I want to say. What's your kind of experience been with it so far, with everything I've kind of been teaching you?
I think it was around July time, because I'd got a mentorship previous the year before, and so 2024 July, and then obviously I said to you that I'd been using certain methods and I felt like I needed something else because I felt like I was missing something, or I'd become too reliant on whatever I was using. We obviously had our call. I would have hit that reg next year, wouldn't have got it this year. But the difference in how much better I'm sourcing, the things that I know now have far changed. They're so much better than what I was doing before. I mean, that's evident in how well I'm doing sales wise, profit wise. Like I even look at the leads that I've got a few of them now that are on replenishables, but I never got them before. But then with using the methods that I got from what I'd learned from you, that's how I'd source them. So I know that if I hadn't invested into the business with your mentoring, I wouldn't have managed to get to where I am today. So that's kind of how I play it. Like you just got to. It's not buying someone's mentoring. You're investing into the business to make it a better business, and that is exactly what you've managed to. That's exactly what's happened here. So yeah, grateful for that, obviously.
Yeah, of course. It's my pleasure. Really good to see the results you get when you're just kind of determined and you put in the effort you have. I mean, you're always DMing me, you're always active in the group, you're always actually like engaging with the program, basically. You're not one of these people that just kind of signs up and then I never hear from them. Obviously, your results kind of really reflect that with the big increase in sales over the past few months. So yeah, I mean, hats off to you, man. I mean, I can only teach so much, but it's up to you to kind of actually put these things into play, and you have done so brilliantly. So yeah, all the kind of success is all on you, really. What would you say so far out of everything in the mentorship program has been kind of the most valuable aspect of it?
Most people might jump to the whole like leads and leads giveaway and that, but I think that's great. But the mentoring, having you there, it makes a big difference. Then you've been doing it for a while. There are other people in the community that have been doing it for a while. You guys have all made mistakes in the past. That if that can save me from making the same mistake, I feel like that's one of the biggest parts of it. Like if I can just ask a question in the community and then someone says, "Oh no, don't do what if I said XYZ, don't do XYZ," that's just going to save me the hassle in the end.
Yeah, fair enough. I would definitely agree. I mean, it's kind of the whole reason the mentorships and stuff exist, is to stop new sellers and people wanting to get into the business from making the time expensive as well as financially expensive mistakes that I have made, because I've lost tens of thousands of pounds figuring out kind of the best ways of doing things. Thankfully, I'm not losing too much money now I figure things out. But yeah, I think as a new seller, it's definitely very easy to make mistakes, and if you start with a small amount of money and then you blow it all on one big mistake, then you're kind of screwed. But if you have someone stopping you from doing that, then you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So based on your kind of results so far, where do you see your business, 6 to 12 months down the line? Do you think you'll ever be full-time with Amazon FBA?
Obviously, most people's dream is the yes. The answer would just be a yes. I'd like to. I think my 9 to 5 job, I don't work full time. I just do that part time. Currently only do 3 days a week. I have spoken to the manager and has said, can I drop to 2 days, or then can I drop to 1 day? And somehow that's all right. Not sure how that's all right with them, but if that works out, then that would be perfect. Even though I don't get paid a lot from that job, if that was just to cover my bills and expenses for like my personal life, that's what I'm doing at the moment. Like that's the personal life covered, and then the Amazon side of stuff is what I'm using for at the moment everything's going back into the business, but my goal for the next couple of months is to either fully pay off my car and own my car, or refinance it on a Supra. So I'm kind of really on the fence at the moment. My third option is property and thinking about moving out, but where I do all my prep at home, if I then moved out, I then have to move everything with me, or if I'm in a flat, everything I've got at home just wouldn't work out as well.
Yeah, as someone that used to self-prep in a one-bedroom flat, it is a bit of a nightmare. I very quickly had to start using a prep center because it was just like boxes everywhere. I was basically living and sleeping in boxes.
I've my plan was I ordered 60 boxes, and I've only just opened the second pack of 20, so I was like, I'm not sure how I've only got through 20, but it's because obviously I just reuse all the supplier boxes. My sort of idea was when I've run out of all of them boxes, then I'll just start using a prep center, and I've managed to fortunately find one that I only have to pay 32p a unit on, so
32p?
Yeah. I'm all my sourcing at the moment, like I'm sourcing as if I was VAT reg. I'm set up my sourcing as if I'm using the prep center. So everything at the moment that I'm sourcing is obviously coming back even better than SAS says it is at the moment. So I'm sort of really just preparing as far in advance as I can, so everything just is normal now.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think prep is definitely one of the best things to outsource because it's just so time consuming dealing with all the kind of physical side of the business, and you can then just use that free time to either kind of source more and progress the business a little bit more, or just kind of live life and do whatever you want. I think especially from 32p a unit, that's a pretty good price for prep. So I say it's worth buying back your time for that.
Yeah, I came back from the thing from yesterday, and I was kind of like, I cannot be asked to go into the garage. It's not cold, but I just can't be asked. It's 8 o'clock. I want to go
in a garage just so you wait till like December rolls around.
Mate, honestly, last Christmas, last December and November, I was in there. I was in 3 layers of clothes. I was cold, so yeah.
30p, man. Get that outsourced. But based on kind of everything you've done so far, do you have any advice for kind of new sellers who were in your position a couple of years ago that want to start Amazon FBA?
Just start it. Like, I wouldn't say I was on the fence because I didn't really have the chance to be on the fence. Because obviously where I'd seen it and then done a bit of research and then just jumped in with it. There are people that I know that, they've spoken to me and said, oh, you're doing really well. How do you do it? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, because it took a lot of hard work. But I started it. You don't know how far you'll get unless you just jump in. And I think one of the key parts of it is not only do you want to just get on with it and get started with it, you want to get a mentor in as soon as you can, to not waste all that money, to ask those questions, because if you're brand new to something, you're gonna have questions, and if you have someone that's with you from pretty much the get-go, I'd rather accept that I need my hand held through something than walk through something blindly. And that's about as much advice as I can give. Just start, but start with someone rather than going
get
through
some
blindly.
guidance rather than just trying to do it blindly and making some mistakes.
Exactly. I mean, it will save so much money, so much time. So
lovely. Well, yeah. One final question I had for you, because it's not often I have someone on the channel who also has their own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And you actually made a video on my mentorship program. I think you did a little review of the advanced program when you signed up to that. So thank you for that, obviously. But how are you finding growing as a figure in the Amazon FBA community, as well as as a seller?
Yeah, so it's kind of strange because so it's the same YouTube channel that I had before, because I've just changed the name and everything. I had a couple hundred views on a couple other videos. They're all delisted. No one's finding them. But no, in terms of it's similar to that sort of feeling, but I don't know, I feel like I'm reaching more people, and it's really strange because I check my Instagram DMs or I check my Discord DMs, and there's people that I've never spoken to before and they're asking questions. I am my own person, but at the same time I've also got I've got a following of.
You are Ayden FBA.
Exactly. I've got people that you know that is, and it's hard to explain it because it's hard to take the branding out of the. Like, I feel like I'm a person, but at the same time I've got a brand as like brand name as well, and that is just weird because Amazon, I didn't think it would take me to where it is. I thought. I mean, the way people.
It's just because you're putting yourself out there. I feel like so many sellers are too scared to even get on camera or anything, let alone kind of launch a YouTube channel or anything like that. Like we're quite unique in that way that we're both, open with this sort of stuff. Whilst most people just want to hide away.
I won't, obviously divulge what's in my bank account and whatever, but but I'm more than happy to give out most things, just if people ask for them. Being as transparent as possible, I don't see an issue with it.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, thank you very much for kind of joining me today and filming this video. And I might have to drop a little link somewhere on screen or down below for your YouTube channel, at least the videos you make. So yeah, hopefully have you back on the channel in 6-12 months time to check in on you again, see how you're doing. But yeah, thank you very much and good luck with kind of continuing to sell through Q4.
Yeah, awesome. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
So that was a really interesting chat with Ayden and a great insight into his Amazon FBA journey. Now, as he mentioned throughout the video, he wouldn't have been able to scale to this sort of level where he is now without my help as a multi-7-figure Amazon FBA seller. So I offer a mentorship program which includes 12 hours of one-to-one calls, 10 hours of video lessons, regular group sessions, exclusive bits of software, product lead giveaways, and so much more. So if you do want to follow in Ayden's footsteps and set your Amazon FBA business up for success, click the link down below in the video description to book in a free strategy call with me. On that call, we can discuss your current situation and whether the mentorship program is actually going to be a good fit for you. So finally, make sure to like and subscribe as always if you like this video, and click up here to watch my interview with Sam, who's another one of my mentorship students who scaled to consistently making 60 grand in profit every single month. I'll catch you in the next one.